All right, it looks like I'm live. and so my name is Manny Wolf, and I've got something for you, a gift. It is a content strategy guide. It's a way that I use and that I teach to help people make more content with less effort that goes further and that best case scenario actually attracts people to you. Let me talk a little bit about that. Let me start there. I see a lot of people promising, well, I mean, that's pretty typical, right? They're promising a lot of things. And a lot of those things, I just got to call BS on them. So let me see if I can get the comments to show here. Okay, I'm broadcasting through a third-party app called StreamYard, and I'm not fully familiar with it yet. But anyway, one of the things that I hear said and implied a lot is that if you can just write good content or create good content, the implication is that people will beat a path to your door. Now, here's the thing. That's true on its face. However, just because you wrote or created good content one time doesn't mean that you can necessarily count on doing it every time. And it's important to understand that. So while the content strategy that I will be giving away in this broadcast, I'm going to have my assistant put the link in the chat. While that will help you to make more better content with less effort, you should understand that anything that looks like a formula for making your content better should be avoided at all costs, because content is it's organic, not organic like marketing is organic, but it's organic, right? It comes from your creativity, it comes from your observations, it comes from your mindset, and you shouldn't expect to have all winners. So while the strategy that I am giving you today will help you to make more content with less effort, you should never even be thinking in terms of like approaching some sort of a event horizon or 0 point where you don't really have to make new, fresh, interesting content. You're always going to have to do that. So go into it knowing that, and go into it knowing that it's a practice, it's a discipline, right? There are certain things that seem to be pretty consistent, such as being polarizing. But then we've all seen people who do polarizing in a way that is just, it's really damn annoying. Am I right? So don't be polarizing for the sake of being polarizing. This is sort of my mantra, my guiding principle is don't do it just to do it. Hopefully, this broadcast will have a polarizing enough headline that it attracts attention. Although I suspect that using StreamYard, my reach is throttled anyway. I don't know. I can't prove that. It's just something I suspect. But the point is, oh, you know what? Hang on a second, you guys. Oh, never mind. I thought StreamYard had an option to invite people to the broadcast the way Facebook does, but it looks like it doesn't. So, hopefully this headline is polarizing enough that it attracts attention. But here's the thing. It's something I really feel. And what I'm going to talk about and have been talking about here is authentic to me. It's genuine. You know, it's a real issue. It's a real concern. It's something I really have to say something about. Whereas a lot of attempts at being polarizing are just sort of shameless and heavy-handed, and they're, you know, you can tell when somebody's baiting the audience to respond in order to just get engagement and traction. I would say don't do that very often. That'd be my suggestion. So let's talk a bit about what's happening in organic marketing and how it makes me want to, kind of throw up a little. It kind of makes me want to barf a little bit. We have gotten to the point in a short amount of time where most of us don't even want to accept friend requests anymore. Why? because we are conditioned within, I'd say, the last year, if not less, we're conditioned to expect that as soon as we get a friend request from someone, we're going to get a pitch. This is bad organic marketing. Basically, what this is cold calling. This is knocking on someone's door who you have no knowledge of whether or not they want what you do, and forcing your services on them, seeing if you can just, it's cold outreach. It's icky. Nobody likes being pitched cold. And it's actually starting to, well, probably will start to, if it gets big enough, affect policy on Facebook as to how we can reach out to new people to be friends. Think about that. The phenomenon of cold pitching, as soon as you make friends with somebody, as soon as somebody says yes to a friend request, is getting so prevalent that if it keeps up like this, it will actually affect Facebook's rules of user interface. This is not something any of us want. It's a social platform. We're here to make friends. We're here to connect with each other. And many of us are here to do business too, which is 100% perfectly fine. But let's talk a little bit about the psychology that happens. Ah, there you go. Hey, Bob. Let's see if I can get Bob up on the screen there. Yes, got a comment. Yeah, all right. StreamYard. So where was I before Bob jumped in? Let me explain to you the natural progression from seeing a new person or being exposed to a new person for the first time, moving through to if and when you decide you'd like to hire that person, buy something from that person, right? Here's what happens. And this is weird because we have changed it so much in the social media landscape, but old school sort of principles of marketing and advertising, they all knew this. What you have to do is show yourself basically to your audience enough times. So you pick an audience, you know who you'd like to talk to, right? You know who you'd be best suited to serve, and you just show up. And you show up, and the rules for social media are show up with value and show up with your personality. Value and your personality, or expertise and your personality. Here's the thing that most of these organic marketers miss. If you just do this consistently, which my content strategy guide will help you with, people will move themselves through the so-called funnel of know, like, and trust. If you just show up consistently, demonstrating your expertise and showing your real personality, the rest will, you have to make offers, obviously. So I would suggest if you are in organic marketing, have a couple of times a month or one time a month or whatever, have a period where you know you're going to be making an offer. Outside of that period, just add value, lots of it, make it good. And remember, on the making it good part, content is a practice. It's an art, right? So I would shy away from anyone who teaches you to cold pitch new people. Nobody likes it. It's icky. I would shy away from that. I would shy away from any idea or person who seems to say or imply that there's one formula for good content. There are lots of formulas for good content. And even if you follow them, not all your pieces of content will be good. Because there's always a zeitgeist. There's always a moment. There's always a thing that you either can capture, hit on, or miss, right? When it comes to content, you either capture people's interest or you don't. And of course, we try to make it into formulas, and we make it into systems, and we make it into templates and blueprints, but it doesn't change the fact that you're not always going to hit a home run. Be okay with that. Just keep putting yourself out there as an expert and show your personality. And do this to the biggest audience you can, right? Do it to the biggest audience you can, and you will get sales. Now, you're going to have to do things like have a clear offer, have a compelling offer. You're going to have to learn all that other stuff as well. And that's as it should be. You should have to do those things, right? But if you do those things, you will never have to cross that ethical sort of boundary of cold pitching new people. You will never have to be another person who's contributing to the fact that we now don't even like to take friend requests because we expect cold pitches, right? You never have to worry about that stuff if you just get clear on a few things. Show up frequently and consistently with content that demonstrates your personality and your expertise, and know when and how you're going to make offers. Know when and how you're going to make offers. And during the time of, let's say, the month where you're not making offers, hi, Jackie, then you just add value. You just add value. Like, that's it. People will be drawn to that. And so the question becomes, if you're going to be doing organic marketing in a way that isn't just gross, the question becomes, how can you get in front of more and more people? Because think about it. If the rule is true that if we get in front of, or what is the axiom? If 1 million people know us, 10,000 people will trust us, or something like that, right? So your focus might want to be on, well, how do I get 1 million people to know me? How do I get 500,000 people to know me? You see what I'm saying? How do I get a huge awareness of who I am, knowing that all I had to do is show up with good content and good personality, and a percentage of those people will buy from me when I make offers? How do I do that? That's organic marketing. That's the way to go about it. Now, there are specific, nuanced, detailed things, such as what does your enrollment conversation look like? Do you have applications that people go through prior to talking to you? All that stuff is good practices. It's best practices, and it's smart. But what I really want to talk about is how you show up in this space that we call social media. This is, I don't know if people think of it in this way, but social media is the biggest opportunity for changing the landscape of coaching, of business, whatever, that has ever come along. Because you don't need money now to get in front of people. You don't. Now, without money, will you ever get in front of as many people as Coke or Pepsi? No. Does that really matter, though? Because for you, if you had 1,000 people that were raving fans, you'd be set for life. 1,000 raving fans, and you'd be set for life. You don't need the level of awareness that Coke and Pepsi need, right? What you do need is to earn the trust over time of a core group of raving fans. And I've just given you the way to do that without ever having to sort of sell out your integrity, without ever having to, I don't know if you've been over on LinkedIn lately, but that is a circle jerk over there. It is just, it is a disgusting clusterfuck of straight up pitches without any trust built beforehand. And now you'll see on Facebook people talking over and over again about their, proven indefeatable LinkedIn system. Well, sure, but most of those systems are the reason that LinkedIn is now just this incestuous pitch fest. It's gotten so bad over there that when I do check in over there, just to be a wiseacre, I pitch people who pitch me. I just turn right back around and pitch them back, and it's interesting because what happens is they just ignore you. Now they just cold pitch to you, hoping that you'd bite, but they ignore your cold pitch. What does that say about them? So my point being, you can do organic marketing and you can have tremendous success without feeling icky, without doing things that you don't want to do, and without acting icky. Jackie says it's quite scary. It is quite scary over there. It's horrible. It's, God, who wants to do that? I like myself. I like the way I feel about myself, and I don't want to change that by becoming a disgusting, pitch monster over on LinkedIn. Hello, Amy Nelson Earl. Amy says hi. And so once again, the idea here is that if you understand the principles that move people through the so-called know, like, trust funnel, then all you have to do is adhere to those principles, right? Let's say you think of your business in 30-day cycles. What point or points in those 30 days will you be making offers? And what point or points will you not be making offers but adding value? When you add value, what are some ways that you can add it for the most people possible? How do you get it in front of the biggest possible number of people? Now, I know we're talking about organic marketing, but I will tell you this. If you are smart, you will create a business page and you will begin to boost content from that business page, because that's a way that you can pay pennies to get in front of thousands of people. And this is very, very good. It's very, very good because the more people we get in front of, the larger number of people sort of move through that know, like, and trust funnel and come out the other side trusting us. The more people who trust us, whose trust we have earned, the more people will buy our offers when we make them. Are you starting to see how it all fits together? So this is it. This is the whole deal right here. This is what we're doing. And with this, you can thrive pretty much all organically. So please don't be another one of those people who cold pitches people they've just made friends with. Oh, we hate that so much. We just hate it. And you don't have to do it. Please don't be one of those people who goes into groups and says, what's your biggest challenge with blank? Look, guys, we all know you're hoping to jump on a messenger conversation with us and ultimately pitch us. Please don't be one of those people that as soon as I accept your friend request, you reach out and the first thing you say is, so how's business? So what's your business? So what do you sell? We know that's leading to a pitch. You don't know me yet. You haven't earned my trust yet. I mean, if it's like, if we weren't on social media where my name is prominently plastered on everything I do, you wouldn't even know my name yet. That's how impersonal it is. That's how impersonal it feels. Don't be that guy or girl. Take your time. Get in front of more people. Add real value to those people so that when you make the offer, you've already earned their trust. That's the heart, the very heart of organic marketing. There you go. All for you, all for free. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys tomorrow.